Hi, everybody. It's CJ Miller. I'm in Shreveport, Louisiana, across the Red River from the beautiful Bossier City, Louisiana. And do come check us out. We're a great place to visit on your vacation this summer. Uh, yeah, if you're passing through, stop and give a shout. Um, so excited for this dinner. I do a lot of keto dieting, very low. This is a low carb plate, by the way. It just doesn't look like it. Um, but yeah, I've for the last oh several days I've been keto dieting. That means very low carb uh, and focused on proteins. Uh, but you got to listen to your body, and when your body just is really when you do that, your body just really needs some carbohydrates. You got to feed it some carbohydrates too. And so uh, this is just a skirt steak or a Romanian tenderloin, as some people call it. What I did was I put it in a skillet, threw some Italian blend, a nice garlic or whatever, grinder that I have of seasonings, and I grinded some on there, uh, and butter. And then when that got I'm kind of working, in the skillet, kind of letting it kind of go nice and slow, because this is, you want the the meat proteins and everything like that. You really want them to get broken down really, really well. So I did this slow in the skillet, get a little bit of a caramelization going like this, and then what I did, because it'll render off a lot of broth, especially with about uh, a good tablespoon of butter uh, in there on top of this per serving. And this is a high serving of beef. Um, then what I did, and I did two of these in the skillet, so I have some for dinner tomorrow too. Then what I did was took some penne pasta, put it in the skillet, and I kind of put a little broth on top of that. I let some of the pasta get a little caramelized and everything like that. So I call it fried pasta. This is, trust me, has a really, really great flavor. I'm going to taste some of it right now. I'm going to get some of the fried bits of pasta. This is good. It's almost like a pot sticker treatment, but it's with the penne pasta versus an Asian dumpling. And that just really, really, really hits the spot. And it does have that, pot sticker element to it. With penne pasta versus a dumpling. But let me get into the steak. I'm gonna have to pause this so I can pick up a knife and cut the steak. But this is, like I said, just a nice cut of Romanian tenderloin, and it's very tender by this point because I cooked it slow. And yeah, what I did was I put this in the skillet, let it get a little. Uh, I brought it up, in a non-stick skillet, brought it up to temperature, uh, let it get a little caramelization on each side. Uh, and there were two of these. So I did one side, then I flip it. And then as I was browning the side on the bottom, I let the other steak kind of rest on top. Uh, but that just kind of like rotated them out, because you can do two steaks in a skillet like this, even if it's a big steak. You just have to like rotate them out, stack them on top of each other. It's really good. It was almost uh, stir fry style. You can pull it off. If you can cut this into small strips if you want, if you really just wanted to. But get the steak nearly done before you, with the butter and everything, and then put the pasta in, because it's got that broth, and kind of let it sit in that broth for a little bit. And then when you get ready, add a little bit of water. Say, let it maybe go on a low in the broth for maybe like medium low, I should say, and let it go for like 5 to 7 minutes in the pasta, and then add just enough water to really kind of maybe a cup of water, give or take. Kind of eyeball it. Just enough to cover the top of the pasta once there's been some browning, and then uh, bring the skillet back up to temperature uh, to a high. I mean a medium high, a medium high. You don't ever go above a medium high in a nonstick skillet, so you don't want to you don't want your Teflon to break down. So I never, so anyway, bring that up and then let it go for, another whatever. Get the water kind of absorbed into the pasta a little bit through a little bit of a boil. Doesn't take long because basically you've already, you gotten your browning done and everything. Just enough to reduce the water. Then you can actually turn it off, remove the skillet from the heat, let it sit for a few minutes, and the fluids will thicken. I didn't have to drain this at all, and there's no water spilling all over the place or whatever. So this is great. This is good. And let's taste this. So for one thing, the Romanian tenderloin is probably one of the most flavorful cuts of beef that you can have. And if you can master cooking it so that it gets tender like this, it's going to be a winner. You could slice some peppers or julienne some onions. Some long cuts of onion would look great in here. You could make various different sauces. This is just a butter sauce, butter and broth, and then the seasonings. There was no need to really do too much with this. This is such a simple recipe, and the whole idea is that I just really need these carbs, And then tomorrow, I'll just have like a really, really light, day with food. Not really fasting, just keeping it, light, and just remembering that I have a doctor's appointment that I'm going to weigh in with my doctor and everything. And I always pay a little bit more attention to things like that when I when I'm going to see a doctor for whatever, just a routine, whatever. The clinic I go to, they weigh me in every time. It just does not matter. And it has to do with the fact that he's a diabetic specialist. Even though I haven't had diabetic symptoms in years, one time I did, and so we just kind of like maintain that. So it's good to do that. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. But I'm always more, I want the doctor to feel proud of me. I don't want to go into the doctor and the doctors be like, letting it go, So yeah, that would be, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? That little bit of accountability. I have a little bit more accountability when I know that, I want to continue to be in good physical health. So, so I eat better and everything. And I've really done well with my diet lately, and it's really okay to congratulate oneself. That's if you're doing something healthy, if you're doing a gym routine, a workout, or whatever, you're doing something physical, and you're taking good care of your health, definitely. It is okay to feel a little self-pride in that, knowing that you're doing some things, because taking care of your health and taking care of yourself is to, ensure that you're going to have a healthier, better experience in the lives of those people that you love. So self-care is care also for those in your life who you would want to care for, if that makes sense, So that's my little tidbit today. Self-care is, it equates with care of family and community, you know. And I care for you. And love and light, peace. God bless and good night.